Zero Hedge has one for you. Biblical wave of bankruptcies is about to flood the United States. Maybe this is why I shouldn't have got that RV. I haven't, but maybe this is part of why, Joe, just relax. You think that one Patriot RV you were looking at with a beautiful wrap, Constitution on it, you think that was a good deal? It was. Wait for the rash of bankruptcies. You'll find one even cheaper. Again, I'm not the kind of guy that wants to take, I don't want to kick a man when he's down. I don't want to take advantage. I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of someone. But if you're selling, you're desperate. I mean, someone else could buy it. Why can't I be the guy that buys it? I'm not going to try to beat you up on it. Matter of fact, I probably feel horrible. I'd probably start throwing up if I tried to talk you down a bit. Oh, you're only asking $15,000 for that thing that used to be $40,000. Money's tight right now. There's not a lot of people with cash around. I've got some cash. Think you could take 12? I'd feel so bad. What's wrong with you, man? I'm sorry. I get sick to my stomach when I do something like how Pinocchio's nose goes long when he lies. When I take advantage of someone, I throw up. I feel sick to my stomach about it. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. One of the silver linings of the, we'll just call it the disease that shall not be named. One of the silver linings of the disease that shall not be named to date is that despite the unprecedented collapse in the broader economy and the 30 or so million unemployed, the pace of bankruptcy filings has been relatively steady compared to the who's this? Who that? Oh, Steven. He did a new song. Joe Biden's on a bit. What is it? Joe Biden's heads. What is it? Hold on. Let's just listen to it real quick. Or do I have it? Yeah, hold on. Let's just listen to it real quick. He sent to my email. It sounded fantastic. Check my one email. Here it is. Open this thing. Hold on. I'm just drooling all over myself right now. Listen to this. It is fantastic. Crypto karaoke. I don't know if he uploaded it yet. And I told him, I said, man, I think I'm going to do a video on this. I'm going to make like a Joe Biden music video with that song. But I downloaded it. I was sitting on my bed by the laptop. And I'm like, do I really want to spend the amount of time to really make this decent? It's not going to be done in one night. Like, do I want to do it? And I'm like, no, I feel like we do something else more productive. Honestly. So I thought, well, maybe we could just release the song to someone, anyone out there who really wants to spend some time and make like a nice music video of Joe Biden and his blunders and whatnot, but this song is basically the backing track. Maybe we'll just send you the clip. See what you can muster up and send back. Possibly. So, anyway. And they've got a chart here they're showing us. This was Exhibit 7, bankruptcy filings increased in the U.S. Bankruptcies in the U.S. Bankruptcies in the U.S. thought intensity and count, whatever. As you can see, 2008 and 9, it really hit, boom. And then came down like this, whatever. So this was, again, this is intensity. Looks similar, as you might expect. However, unfortunately, the relative calm is not meant to last. Because as we observed just last month, Moody's recently expanded its B3 negative and lower list, which soared to its highest tally ever, 311 companies. That tops a former peak of 291 companies reached during the credit crisis of 2009 and the commodity leak downturn in April 2016. commodity-related downturn in April 2016. At 20.7% of the total rated spec grade population, the list also shot up above its long-term average of 14.8% and closing in on its all-time high of 6.1%. This spike is the result of the confluence of a disease that shall not be named outbreak, plunging oil prices, and mounting recessionary conditions, which created severe and extensive credit shocks across many regions, sectors, regions, and markets, the effects of which are unprecedented. Exhibit 1. Let's take a look at this. Maybe I'll just share the screen while I read this. Zip it, Scott. I shall call this Exhibit 1. Exhibit 1, in dollar terms, quarter 1 2020, has seen a record amount of fallen angel bonds, quarterly dollar notional amounts of bonds downgraded from IG to HY, excluding EM names. This is slightly scary looking if you're looking at a chart from even 2008 and 9. Here's 9. It peaked at about 82. I don't know. We're at like 148 here, 0.8. Whew. That was Exhibit 1, right? This one, they skip right. Well, first of all, it says, or they're about to be cut to junk, unleashing the long-awaited flood of fallen angels. Exhibit 5, the signaling from the rating agencies also remains negative, with a large portion of BBB, BBB debt on negative outlook. Again, not looking good. Here's 2010. We don't 29's barely in here, quarter 4. But you know, again, is it going to look like this? I seriously doubt it. And here's the interesting thing. You know, because this thing happened, this thing that shall not be named, really in March. Then oh my gosh, April. We're in 2019 here. And you could already see this ramping up. 2018, then 2019, it ramps up pretty hard. Quarter 1, 2020. And of course, quarter 2, but we're not quite out of the woods yet in quarter 2. April, May, we still got June basically. We're in May, just barely into May. Anyways, of course, downgrades first to junk. I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen now. And then to deep junk are just the first step in a painful voyage, which ends with bankruptcy. Reminds me of that Alan Parsons Project song. This ends in bankruptcy, baby. Ooh, this ends in bankruptcy, bankruptcy, baby. Listen, when it's doom and gloom, just make people laugh. Make people laugh. Make a parody, do something. And while many borrowers are actively pulling levers to pressure cash by cutting payrolls, capex, and dividends, in some cases even these drastic actions are not enough to avoid failures. Indeed, as the latest default tracker from Bank of America shows, there has already been a surge in recently defaulted names and deeply distressed names, with April defaults surging to $17 billion worth, while another $27 billion in issuers now on the bank's default watch list. Issuers that are currently in grace period for missed payments, recently initiated distress exchanges, or other actions that could lead to potential default. And on that note, grace period. Remember I told you I never signed that document and sent it back to the bank to stop taking my mortgage payment out. This function is unavailable at this time. Please try again later. Well, I guess I can't check. I wanted to see if it got taken out of the bank. Issuers that are currently in grace period for missed payments, recently initiated distress exchanges, or other actions that could lead to potential default. And finally, an additional $25 billion in deep distress whose bonds are currently trading below 50 cents on the dollar and have experienced price plunge by 50% from their maximum price within just the last 6 months. Finally, if the following charts from Deutsche Bank's Torsten Slok is any indication, the wave of Chapter 11 bankruptcies, U.S. commercial bank loan delinquency rate, which, time for a shared screen again. At first, I'm like, well, where is it? I don't see it. There's 2012. Oh, I thought there was this line over here. Sorry about that. I was like, whoa. Here it is. Sorry. Off to the right. Woo. Big jump. And again, where's 2008 and 9? Here we are. Worst ever was back here. And now we're here. This is unemployment. Loan delinquency rate is the red line. However, we don't have the reporting yet. So that's why it's stuck down here. Do you think, by chance, since all of these have followed each other pretty much, going back to 1985, do you think maybe this little red line here, which is the loan delinquency rate, is about to peak way above this old girl, this blue line? Probably so. You know, if I'm Magic 8 Ball, is that red line about to skyrocket past the blue line, which is devastating? Outlook not so good. Really? I guess the red line's not, man. You know, ever since I took this Magic 8 Ball out of the man cave and into my closet cave, if you will, my man closet, every question I asked it is not the answer I'm expecting. I think it's attached to the man cave and it's trying to tell me, go back out there, son. But, you know how convenient it is to just walk into my bathroom, come into the closet, not have to worry about outside. It started raining, I gotta run back to the house, close up the thing, lock it up, turn on the air conditioner out there. And then the next chart, conversion is changing from liquidity to solvency. Same exact story as that last chart. That is about to flood the U.S. will be nothing short of biblical. And none other than the CEO of the world's biggest asset manager confirmed as much. Speaking on a call with clients, Mr. Larry Fink. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel's a man. Larry Fink, who runs the 7.5 trillion BlackRock fund, said that bankers told him they, quote, expect a cascade of bankruptcies to hit the American economy, end quote. And if he's saying it, and the charts are showing it, yeah, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Are there going to be RV supercenters begging people to buy RVs well below their own cost to just stay alive? The answer is probably going to be yes. Why? Because the first one I went to recently, I was just poking around, another diesel pusher. It was an older one as well. I think it was a 2002. Had low miles, only had 30,000 miles. But the slide, like when you try to pull the slide in, it kind of like was down at an angle, and like you had to kind of help it up. Like what the? Just inside, not real taken care of, real good. This is not working, that's not working. The mirror's busted. You have to replace the mirror. Like just front AC is not working. You know, in the dashboard, the regular vehicle AC. I'm like, yeah. But the point of this is, my sales guy there told me, oh, I came from the something store south of here, Sarasota or Port Charlotte or somewhere. He goes, and I was actually a sales manager out there. But ever since this thing hit here the last couple months, this disease that shall not be named, basically that store's traffic pretty much died. So they said go ahead and go to the Tampa store, which is basically where he's at. And he says, I'm not a sales manager here. I'm just a sales guy. He goes, I'm just now demoted to sales guys temporarily until things pick back up. You know, because he's not going to replace the other sales guy who's there, you know, the manager. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, whatever. His wife, he said, oh, she got a wife that's pregnant and this and that. You know, again, life doesn't stop. And to hear this kind of stuff, you know, point is, everybody's feeling the pain right now. But if you're that person, I told you this a long time ago, you got that crypto portfolio skyrocketing, housing's dumping, or whatever these assets are, and I told you, there's going to be a day. I said this numerous times. There's going to be a day. If you play this right, there's going to be a lot of pain out there. You're going to go to Craigslist. Oh, you want an RV? Fire sale. You want a nice newer four-wheeler? Fire sale. Oh, you wanted some jet skis? There's a pair of them. Matter of fact, it's flooded with jet skis. Which pick the best one? They're all super discounted. Go for it. Take it. Not only that, a lot of people who have nicer stuff, they finance it. So they're going to be repoed back to these dealers, the side-by-side store, the four-wheeler store, whatever, this power sports store. They're going to have to resell them. Yeah, I got a 2019, 2020, here's the... Of course, they're going to have to give it a huge discount. And again, same story applies. Are people flooding in to buy brand new vehicles right now in a time of crisis? During the Great Depression, were people rushing in to go buy stuff? No. They're cutting back, cutting this off, cutting that off. Okay, my wife's Uncle Pete died 90-something years old. 95, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know. He was a kid, younger, I mean, not too little, but plenty old and remember the Great Depression. And he said families would come live in one house. He said between, a bunch of you, there was at least a couple of you that had a job, even though the rest of the family didn't. And between the two of you, at least you brought in something. And not only that, you had the so-and-so lady, he said, that would come from the government to count the people in your family to make sure, okay, here's your little food voucher. You got 15 in yours, you got 10 in yours, okay. Here's your food voucher, go get your food stuff. And he said, but again, in order to at least keep a house going, a mortgage or whatever, at least a couple of people working were able to do it. But everyone piled up, lived together. It wasn't easy. And that generation, they save their food. They don't spend too much money. They're just, that experience changed them for life. So for you and I, who have not experienced anything like that, credit card, jet skis, put it on a dog. I got good credit. I got just 760 credit score. Yeah, give me that. And then, boom. You only had all that stuff on paper. You were paper wealthy. Your credit was your wealth. And having credit is not wealth. So all those people fixing to find out. All of us. And if you played your cards right and you got some crypto stash and you're going to have access to some good money and there's something you'd been wanting over the coming months, again, maybe next year, last time in 2007 and 8, it didn't just happen that year. It took a couple, 2, 3 years to really kick in. Housing itself took till around 2010, 2011 to really, whoa. So this just happened, a month ago, a couple months ago. The backlash or whatever, the outburst of this, whatever you want to call it, we still have to feel it, and yet we're already 30 million unemployed. Okay. Yeah, JSNIP, maybe it's not a good idea to get an RV right now. Maybe you should wait. And again, fire sale's coming to you. However, cryptos are looking really, really good. Did you see Redcoin's performance lately? On top of Digibyte. And I remember Woo Friend, Redcoin, I don't know what timing, and Digibyte sitting at 22.2 cents actually. It got to 0.27 briefly, 2.7 cents. But Redcoin, the thing shot up from down in March, in April of 0.3 zeros and a 6, all the way up to just 2 zeros and a 1. And most of that was done in just the last few days. It was basically 20,000 daily volume, $20,000 daily volume, Redcoin, for a long time, just on average, just whatever, 16, 20, 22,000, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. Redcoin. Let's go. CoinMarketCap, you're slow. And again, only the last few days. I'm going to look at the 1 month. I'll show you the chart real quick. High CPU usage detected. Interesting. Why? I'm just showing a freaking chart on here. Back here, 45,000, 20,000, 15,000 daily volume. This is April 15th, 16th. Then all of a sudden something happened. Right here on the 17th. And a lot of volume came in, $500,000. That's huge difference. That's 10 times the volume, more than 10 times. You're talking $20,000 times 10 is 200,000 or 200,000. This is nearly 800,000, 6.8. This is like 30 times. And then all of a sudden, again, last day or so, oh my God, $5 million in volume. What? And again, is there some major breaking story right this moment about Redcoin that should cause that? Not really. Not really. Does somebody behind the scenes know something that you and I don't know, and they want it, and they want it bad? I think yes. And I think what my woo-woo friends charts from last year are going to be extremely relevant for this year. It was a year off. That's what we think. We'll find out. Take care.